Today was a fantastic day. It shows exactly why the Cardinals should be in the playoffs over the Bears last year. They were certainly a much better, much more exciting team. The addition of J.J. Watt makes the Cardinals more of an exciting team this year. We all know the NFL wanted the big market fan base of the Chicago Bears, despite the fact that they're such a garbage team. I do believe that the addition of the Cardinals is going to be a fantastic thing for the NFC West and for the playoff field. 3-0. You get your big win against the Titans. The Titans are 2-1. The Titans are going to be a top team in the AFC, like I've said before the year. Uh, Look, you beat the Vikings, and then you look at the Seattle Seahawks. They get absolutely destroyed by the Vikings, and the Vikings have been in every single game that they've been this year. And sometimes when you're losing, you just have to find a way to win. And when the home crowd is excited, seeing Trevor Lawrence for the first time, it's a good thing that they won. And my thoughts on the start so far. It shows that we should be in the playoffs. We absolutely will. We'll be a playoff team. J.J. Watt, I think, is going to get a big performance at Lambeau against the Green Bay Packers. I think we'll beat the Packers. And, Rodgers did lose to the Cardinals before winning the Super Bowl. So I think the same thing will happen. We'll beat the Packers at Lambeau, and then maybe the Buccaneers beat Garoppolo. Brady beats Garoppolo, and then, Cardinal season will end against Tampa Bay Buccaneers against our former coach and general manager, Bruce Arians, and Jason Litch. And now Derek Carr and on the game against the Rams, I think we'll lose to the Rams. I think the Rams will for sure win next week. I'd be very surprised if we beat the Rams. We'll definitely beat the Rams on Monday Night Football over at Glendale in December. Hopefully that'll be for a division crown. Hopefully that'll be for a playoff spot. We'll beat the Rams later on in the season, just not at this point. I think we'll beat San Francisco. So I think we'll be looking at 4-1. And these are my thoughts on the Cardinals right now. They're looking great. A little off defensively, just a little bit, not putting all together. And offensively, too, just leaving some yardage out. Overall, looking really good. And now, Derek Carr, this brother's elite. Yeah, this dude can ball. I mean, you saw some of those big throws he made in overtime. And this guy, there's no doubt about it that he has the arm strength. Some of them, there's 2 Miami Dolphins defenders over there. There's no doubt about it. The interception early in the game, it don't matter. That was on the receiver. That was not on Derek Carr at all. The route was a cross pattern. It was a cross pattern. Derek Carr thought he was going to continue with this crossing route, but instead the wide receiver stopped on his crossing route to stop at a hitch route. So basically the receiver was running a crossing route, and he stopped. He hitched and turned back to Aaron Rodgers, but to Derek Carr. But Derek Carr thought he was going to continue with the crossing route. So that interception was on the wide receiver. I think Derek Carr and company are going to fix that in the film session. It was a rigged, scripted football game. There's no doubt about it. The Raiders let the Dolphins hang in there. The Buccaneers game was over. They were losing bad. They switched over to the Raiders game. All eyes were on the Raiders in the new stadium. 2 walk-offs in overtime. Vegas is coming out with a bang this year. Vegas is ready to make some noise. I told you that the Chargers were going to defeat the Chiefs. I told you they were trying to market and advertise the Chargers as a contender in the AFC and in the AFC West. Patrick Mahomes is a company man. He did just that. He did just that for the Chargers owners and the Chargers lacking a real fan base. A company man, Patrick Mahomes, took the game, took a dive today. And indeed, the plan calls for the Chargers to be in first place early on the season in that new stadium. There's no doubt about it. This is how we knew the Chargers were going to win today. And Tom Brady, this guy's being company man too. You have these PSLs. You have the Rams in the Super Bowl. You can't have a losing team. You got to lure in the suckers. You got to tell them that, hey, we're trying to win a Super Bowl, whatever. But Stat Cookie, he's not trying to win a Super Bowl. It shows you how much Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes were company men for these owners of the Rams and the Chargers. That's exactly what's going to happen. The Raiders' first loss of the year is going to be at the site where they win the Super Bowl. Or you see something happening with Dallas. They win at SoFi. We're supposed to think that their season's going to end with the win at SoFi. The PSYOP operation is on, you see. The Raiders lose their first game at SoFi against the Chargers, the former team that Gus Bradley was a part of. Shows you how scripted it really is. But that ain't gonna happen. The season isn't gonna is not gonna have its first and last losses at SoFi. The Raiders gonna make it back to SoFi. They're gonna win at SoFi. The Raiders gonna win what I have two at SoFi against Tom Brady, number 12. That's SAP operation. Oh, Dallas win at SoFi, first win. Cowboys win Super Bowl. Oh, Raiders lose at SoFi. They don't win no Super Bowl. Rams are out of it. No home teams make it to the Super Bowl. It's completely different. No COVID, no fans out, nada. Over. There's no tourism money at all last year. That ain't the story this year. This is why it cannot be the Rams. We're building up the hype with Matt Stafford and the Rams. Or the Buccaneers. They let the Cowboys hang in. They lost. Supposed to doubt the Bucs a little bit. Today it was about legitimizing the Rams. And so that's what's going to happen. The Raiders' first loss is at SoFi on Monday Night Football. But the Raiders are going to win the Super Bowl at SoFi. Their first loss is at SoFi. Their final win is at SoFi. I'm definitely seeing the scheduling of the Raiders and the Cowboys at SoFi is being super significant. In a very big way, that the Cowboys are going to be a contender, that the Raiders are going to be the team. Ain't there going to be no Rams in the Super Bowl? Just like the 49ers, they're not going to win no Super Bowl in the new stadium. They made it to the Super Bowl right before they moved into Levi's so they could sell those PSLs. The Rams made it to the Super Bowl against the Patriots, so you could say, oh, we're trying to win a Super Bowl. We're going to sell these PSLs. We're going to be in first place. We're going to do all of that. We're going to lure in the mugs. We're going to lure in the suckers. But the Rams and the Chargers ain't all about that, are they? Maybe down the line with Justin Herbert potentially. Maybe the Rams win the decade or so, but not right now. The team that's going to win the new stadium now is going to be Vegas. That's the dynasty. That is the evil empire. That is the Death Star. We're starting to see it right now. I dream of catching Tom Brady. 30 is the new 20 in the NFL. I agree. Why do you think Tom Brady played so well? Because the league has made it so easy to play quarterback versus the time when you were a rookie 20 years ago. For Derek Carr, it's the same story. It's the old lines. It's all that is he can't play. He can't do that. Raiders suck. Automatically, it's quarterback's fault. The 4-12. Quarterback sucks. The 4-12. Right? That's what the dummy thinks. They don't understand why Derek Carr was stuck. They don't know none of that, do they? No. And you got some fans saying, oh, I take Kyler over Derek Carr. Take Kyler over Derek Carr. Pipe down, pipe down, pipe down, pipe down, pipe down. He's throwing the double coverage. Derek Carr ain't doing none of that. He's a better passer downfield. Better than Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray's electrifying. That's great. I love backyard quarterback. I like backyard quarterback. You're doing a fine job. But guess what? Best quarterback ain't Lamar or Kyler at all. It's Derek Carr. This guy can step back and throw. This guy's the best freaking laser arm in the league. He's the next big thing in the NFL. He can break the 80,000 pass yardage because Vegas is something special. The Raiders, West Coast throw deep, multi-variation offense is going to throw deep. Just throw deep. Speed kills. Throw deep, baby. Al Davis will always exist with Henry Ruggs. Big-time possession receiver. You got Edwards. And then you got the running backs. You've got the tight end. You got Darren Waller. You've got underneath West Coast offense passing elements of this offense. An offense designed to simply throw underneath and cross the chains for the first down or take the shot when it's there. Not all air Coryell, nonetheless, but a variation between both of them with a little bit of a smash mouth element. You're taking the defense off guard with what the tight end is doing, running or passing, whether you're throwing downfield, whether you're trying to run or whether you try to crowd the box and you try to get these short passing routes on the outside to get these playmakers outside to make a big burn-in play like the Chiefs do out in the backfield, for example. That's what John Gruden is doing with the Raiders. And so it is official. The Bears are losers. The Bears are scum. The Bears are shit. The Bears made the biggest mistake of their lives. People, I want whatever they're smoking if they thought the Bears won the Khalil Mack trade, because this guy disappears every 2 or 3 games. Look at this guy. He's washed up with no playoff wins. The Bears suck. They missed the playoffs. Garbage. Missed first-round picks. Everything about the Bears. Their logo's a freaking toilet bowl. We all know the Bears are shit. We all know the Raiders going to win more playoff games than the Bears. We all know the Raiders will make it to the playoffs more than the Bears. We already know the Raiders are going to win those more Super Bowls than the Chicago Bears. We already know that the Chicago Bears handed the dire state to the Vegas Raiders. That's when the Raiders will be 4-1. That'll be the Jumanji of Baltimore. That'll be the Jumanji of Super Bowl. The Raiders will be 4-1 after they absolutely beat the living daylight shit out of the Chicago Bears. Damn right. 4-1 it is. Raiders defeat the Chargers in Week 18 after losing on Monday Night Football. The script is in. It's a 3-way tie for first place. And in effect, the Raiders control their own destiny even after losing to the Chargers. That's how scripted it is. They ain't need to win no football game next week. Why y'all talk about they don't need to win no football game that week? All the Raiders have to be is 4-1, and they're going up against the Denver Broncos, which if you look at the Denver Broncos, this is where the Raiders, Big Daddy, Big Dick swinging coming in is gonna defeat the Denver Broncos. I could see Denver being Pittsburgh. I could see the Ravens defeating the Denver Broncos, and then probably the Raiders will defeat the Denver Broncos because the Raiders have to be 5-1, and they have to head in Raider style to win on the road. That's what has to happen. There ain't no doubt about it. First loss of the year at SoFi, guess what? There ain't going to be no Super Bowl loss for the Vegas Raider Empire this year. Exactly. You ain't going to win every week. You're going to lose some games, but that does nothing as far as I believe that the Raiders going to win the Super Bowl, because absolutely will win the Super Bowl. And in conference record, Kansas City is 1-2 against the conference. In Vegas, they are 3-1 in the conference. So 1-2 in the conference, or 3-1 in the conference, which is better. And if Vegas loses in the division, the Kansas is 0-1 in the division. If Vegas loses next year, they're 0-1 in the division. But the Super Chokers will Super Choke, and the Denver Donkeys will be the Denver Donkeys. That's my opinion. If there are 7 teams and the Dolphins suck, it will have to be between the Browns and the Bengals and the Ravens and the Chargers, and Raiders will be in there, no doubt about it. And it's going to be a long season for the Kansas City Chiefs. One team in their new stadium will win the division. It will be the Vegas Raiders. Just win, baby. Like the old master says, the Godfather up there. Just win, baby. Just win when it counts. Just win when it counts. That's all you have to do. Of course the Raiders will lose to the Chargers because, Chargers going to be a Super Bowl contender. That new stadium. They're trying to build the corner. Trying to build a fan base. The mugs. The Charger fans are being mugged out of the park. They don't understand. Because I predicted the Chargers to win because that's what the league wants. You see that? You see that? You see that? Welcome back, Andy. Against your former team next week. Already starting to see the scripts. You already saw how he called the Saints, how he called the Bengals, how he called the Chargers, how he called the Rams today. It was big time. It was absolute big time. Start to see what is starting to dial up in terms of the first couple of weeks. You come in week 3, you see what the scripts are, and then you start to really see Hey, what is going on and what is their agenda? And guess what? Answer the call in week 3.